Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Face the Music for ERA, our concert to celebrate and raise awareness for the Equal Rights Amendment, also known as the ERA. My name is Camila Lopez, and I am the president of Equal Means Equal, a national civil rights organization whose focus is the ratification, adoption, and enforcement of ERA, and I am honored to be your MC here tonight. I stand here representing dozens of organizations across the country and hundreds of thousands of women, activists, and our allies who have fought for the Equal Rights Amendment and are so proud tonight to be able to say that we've gotten it done. I welcome you here tonight in the spirit of unity, in the spirit of progress, and in the spirit of art and music, which brings us all together. You're about to hear from wonderful artists who will speak and sing, and from equality warriors who stand at the front lines of our fight for the ERA every single day to tell us more about how you can get involved and make sure that this year, the 100th centennial of suffrage, also becomes the year that American women finally get equal rights. Thank you so much and enjoy Face the Music for the ERA.
Hi everybody, Patricia Bahia here.
And Allie Handel.
And we are here to support Face the Music for ERA. Yes. We're going to be sharing our anthem for the Equal Rights Amendment called We Can Do It.
Yes, we can.
And we'd really love it if you would sing along.
Let's do this.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Daughters and sisters, mothers and wives, every woman and everyone alive.
No sin can stop us. We're not here to ask. It's time.
We're here to shatter that glass.
We made a resolution to amend the Constitution
And ratify the
ERA. Oh yeah, we can do it. We can do it. We can do it. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can now.
We can do it. We can do it. The future is in our hands.
What's it gonna take for these 24 words
24
to be the
words.
law of the land for every woman and girl?
We've come a long way, but not far enough. And we're never, ever, ever gonna give up. We're gonna finish what we started. It's not too late. Together we will find a way. Oh yeah, we can do it. 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 Yes, we can. We can do it. We can do it. The future is in our hands. ERA, ERA, ratify the ERA, 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 ratify the ERA.
Equality of rights under the law shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex.
Equality of rights under the law shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex. We can do it. Yeah. We can do it. We can do it. Yes, we can. We can do it. We can do it. The future is in our hands. We can do it. We can do it. We can do we can.
We can do it.
Let's do it!
Hi, I'm Nevada State Senator Pat Spearman. In 2018, we worked hard and were successful in electing the first female majority legislature in the country. That was just 1 year after Nevada became the very first state to ratify the ERA after a 40-year logjam. Although the legacy of the ERA relates to women's rights, it is intersectional. Because ratifying this amendment helps women in general, but ratification will also address the vast economic disparities faced by women of color today. We have the constitutional 38 states, but we need your help making sure that Congress takes the final steps to place women's rights in the U.S. Constitution once and for all. So please, contact your U.S. senators and ask them to support Senate Joint Resolution 6. Thank you.
We can do it. We will do it. Let's face it, we have done it, but we'll just keep singing until they write it into the Constitution. Our next singer, Emily Ann Peterson, is a profoundly moving artist, and this is the first time that her song, Dr. Ford, will ever be heard. I know all of us remember that moment, that reckoning. We have it seared into our collective consciousness. So this release will be on Emily Ann Peterson's new EP that will come out in October. And she's on the chat right now if you would like to reach out to her personally. Without further ado, Dr. Ford.
Open doors, cameras flash, nervous nods and papers stacked. Marble halls and leather chairs, solemn sighs and slick back hair. 3 times the gavel sounds. Chin down, eyes up, don't cry. I swear my word, no lies. Leading deep breath, my truth. Now you know, you know. Pinstripes and polka dots, straightened ties and a golden cross. Scales of justice left and right. I see their tired smiles and beady eyes. 3 times the gavel sounds. Chin down, eyes up, don't cry. I swear my word, no lies. Leaning deep breath, my truth. Now you know, you know. He said, she said, they say in my mind, still so far away. His laughter sears my memories, and I'm too afraid to never speak. I'm too afraid to never speak. So chin down, eyes up, don't cry.
Happy Women's Equality Day. My name is Steve Anderson, and I'm a retired state rep from the state of Illinois, where in 2018, I was proud to be the chief co-sponsor of the Equal Rights Amendment when we finally got it done after about 50 years of trying. I come to you today with a specific request. I'm hoping that you can go back after today's event to your town halls, to your candidate forums, and hold the candidates that you get to vote for accountable on the issue of the ERA. You got to ask them. Go to those town halls and make the request and make it specific. And if they try to pivot, don't let them do it. Follow up. We need to know. And if they support it, great. And if they do not, they've got to go. I didn't tell you one thing. I am a Republican and I'm pro-life. The ERA doesn't have anything to do with being pro-life or being pro-choice. Not one thing. So if they try to use that as an excuse, tell them that just doesn't fly. In 50 years, we have had about half our states pass state-level ERAs. And in that same 50 years, no case is held that it violates the Equal Rights Amendment to prohibit abortions because only women can have abortions. It's preposterous to think otherwise. Please support the ERA.
A new generation of social justice music makers would need to include Chris Matthews, a prolific lyricist who blends Americana, folk, blues, and bluegrass. Steeped in traditional melodies and punctuated by honest, original lyrics, Matthews reminds us of what beauty can occur when we bridge the divides of marginalization and alienation rampant in our country. Performing with Chris is Heather May. Here is American History 19.
This song is called American History XIX, or 19, and there's a lyric in the song that says, "You've got the blood of a woman who is told she wasn't good enough to vote running through your veins." Let us all remember that as we go into the polls this year.
That says no one fights alone. I wear it to remind me how the hardest fights are won. It was a gift from her friend when she was fighting cancer. Such simple words, such a powerful answer. Intolerance of fear are spreading like malignant cells do. Faster every day, threatening to tear this world in two. They say you cannot fight for peace, but I say it's time to fight for change. If we let hate divide us, things will only stay the same. So don't let them make you bitter, make you give up and stay home. If you want to make the world better, we're gonna have to do it on our own. Your vote makes a difference. I said your vote makes a difference. When it's all said and done, remember, no one fights alone. No. So once again we must decide which way the needle is to move. Will it be forward or backward? Not red, green or blue. We can't be the land of liberty and justice for all if
Thanks so much, everybody. Don't forget to register to vote. Don't forget to register your friends to vote. And please, above all else, don't forget to vote.
Welcome to Face the Music for ERA. I'm Nile Rodgers, and I have always believed that people are equal and should be treated equally under the law. The Equal Rights Amendment, which provides American women and girls with legal protection, was finally ratified this year after an almost century of struggle, and that's why we are celebrating tonight. But to see this equality for women become real, to see the ERA adopted and enforced, it's critically important that we all vote in November. So thank you for being here tonight, for supporting America's women and girls, and supporting the Equal Rights Amendment, because in our hearts we know the truth. Equal means equal.
Our next artist, is a rare breed of band and known to be extreme. Fronted by Sharna Leguz, an Australian force of nature, currently living in London, of course, Shush's vocals have been described as a mixture of Bowie, Susie Sue, Iggy Pop, Karen O, and Robert Plant. By her side, playing his weapon of choice, the guitar, is Zach Starkey, and they're performing their massive tune, Extra, Extra.
Hello, everybody. I'm Betty Folliard, founder of ERA Minnesota. Thank you so much for coming out to our very first Face the Music for ERA. We're thrilled to have you. I just want to give a shout out to the folks in the 12 unratified states. Can you believe that in the year 2020, we still have 12 states that have not ratified the Equal Rights Amendment? They are Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, North Carolina, Oklahoma, South Carolina, and Utah. To all our friends there, if you're not connected into an organization that's working on the Equal Rights Amendment, please join one of our over 40 sponsors that are part of this show. We are all fighting for the same cause. It's to ratify the Equal Rights Amendment, to make equal legal in America for all. And all means all. So remember, folks, we're on the right side of history. We won't take no for an answer, and we will prevail. So get out there and vote equality and elect equality, and let's make this happen. Thanks again. Take care, everybody. And thanks to our sponsors. Bye now.
Sean Lennon met Charlotte Kemp Mule in Coachella in 2006, and they've been together ever since. It wasn't until about a year after they were hanging out that Charlotte even mentioned that she too was a singer-songwriter. They started to collaborate together, and after writing their first song, The World Was Made for Men, Charlotte was quoted as saying, "Sean is a feminist in the studio." So that is pretty awesome. And we are really honored and excited to have for you this evening their brilliant tune, Dark Matter, White Noise.
Breakfast at the Adlon. My rabbit foot had fallen.
Papers filled with guns and bombing.
Ugly origami.
DNA is a ragdoll. Mammoths and Neanderthals.
On the next another
Plutonium at the shopping mall.
now the beast speak Chinese and was made of American sheep. Wave me in 1,000 years when computers can't shed tears. Do I have to die before I see the pigsty and the fat ladies sing? Water's worth more than gold. Even jokes never get old.
Choose more than your baby's name.
This tale is eyes and Hawking's brain.
If you've forgotten how to feel for
Tina Hager, the DC Director and Director of Outreach and Advocacy at the ERA Coalition, an organization made up of over 100 national, state, and local organizations working to see the Equal Rights Amendment become the 28th Amendment through advocating, organizing, and educating on the need for constitutional sex equality. Now is the time to face the music on the ERA. The 2020 election is just around the corner, and we must use every platform available to us to insist our elected officials are pro-equality. The Equal Rights Amendment has satisfied all of the requirements to be added as an amendment to the U.S. Constitution. However, despite Virginia's vote this past January to become the 38th state to ratify the ERA, the archivist has yet to publish the amendment. The Attorneys General of Nevada, Illinois, and Virginia have filed a lawsuit compelling the archivist to act, and it is currently pending in court. This past June, the ERA Coalition was joined by 51 other organizations in signing an amicus brief filed by law firm Winston & Strawn in support of the Attorney General's case. 11 additional briefs were filed, representing hundreds of businesses, organizations, and elected officials across the country. We are waiting for a decision on that case and are prepared to take the fight all the way to the Supreme Court. There will likely be more opportunities for action in the future for organizations and businesses to participate, and we hope you will join us in this fight. Thank you to Betty, Heather, Pete, and everyone who has helped organize this fantastic event. And thank you to everyone who is tuning in.
Time ran out for the Equal Rights Amendment today. The 24-word statement pledging equality for women under the Constitution fell 3 states short of ratification.
Equality of rights under the law shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex.
We are people who are fighting for our very economic survival.
It's our time to have wage equality once and for all and equal rights for women in the United States of America.
Thank you so much for being here. This is, in fact, the world premiere of Equal Means Equal.
I want equal rights under the law, and I want them now. It is the time to press for these basic human and civil right protections under our Constitution.
45 years after the ERA passed in Congress, Nevada ratified the amendment, making it the first state in 40 years to do so.
We persisted, and that is the reason we got it done. And we did not let up this time until it was done.
The Equal Rights Amendment remains 2 states short of ratification. This is an urgent call to action.
Do the right thing and watch the totals grow.
On account of 72 voting in favor, SJR CA4 is adopted.
The Illinois Senate voted 43-12 to ratify the Equal Rights Amendment.
If women would vote against anyone who does not go on the Equal Rights Amendment, you'd see so many people go on that amendment so fast.
It's election day!
Really, a democracy works, and when a democracy speaks, people react.
Yesterday, all these years later, Virginia's legislature voted to ratify the Equal Rights Amendment, making it the 38th state to do so. But there are legal challenges still ahead.
The Equal Rights Amendment is a matter of principle. It's who we are as a nation. It's what we believe.
I'd like to give you an update on the present status of the Equal Rights Amendment so that you can see how you can get involved. There are presently 2 lawsuits making their way through federal court. Equal Means Equal versus David Fierro and Commonwealth of Virginia, State of Nevada, and State of Illinois versus Same. This is the archivist of the United States, and he is refusing to record the amendment. So if the U.S. Supreme Court decides to take up these cases, it is crucial that the American public is aware that women's equality is on the line. We cannot afford to lose in the Supreme Court. We need all eyes and all focus on those cases. Additionally, there is congressional action to remove the artificial deadline that was put on the Equal Rights Amendment illegally, which only gave us 7 years to ratify all the states needed. There are 2 pieces of legislation that we're working through Congress, and I'm very happy to say that the House of Representatives passed legislation to remove the deadline on the ERA. The Senate, however, is another matter. And Mitch McConnell, who's the head of the Senate, refuses to vote on the Equal Rights Amendment, which brings us to the final and most important point, which is that we must remove from office all politicians, all legislators, up and down the ballot, from the smallest state houses to the largest federal office, who do not believe in equality, in inclusion, and in supporting the Equal Rights Amendment. Born in Toluca, Mexico, award-winning bilingual singer-songwriter Nancy Sanchez's music reflects dos culturas, 2 cultures, featuring a mix of styles that Nancy calls Mexican-American art pop. Her songs appear in film and on cable television shows, and like all of us and many, many artists, Nancy has been moved by current events. This is an exclusive performance of an unreleased song, Say Something.
Hola, me llamo Nancy Sanchez, and I'm here to support the new Equal Rights Amendment effort. Remember, equal means equal, and this is the moment to get it done. Just because you're tweeting in your room, somebody's gonna get the job done. Don't assume that things are gonna change for me and you if you're not willing to put up a fight. If there's injustice in the air, there is no justice anywhere. People are calling out for change. Today they came for me, but tomorrow they'll come for you. If I don't say something, if you don't say something, if we don't say something, there won't be anybody left. If I just keep watching, if you just keep watching, if we just keep watching, there won't be anybody left. Playing it safe's not gonna get us anywhere. We need your demonstrations. We can't unsee what we've just seen. We cannot turn around now that we've got their attention. If there's injustice in the air, there is no justice anywhere. People are calling out for change. Today they came for me, but tomorrow they'll come for you. If I don't say something, if you don't say something, if we don't say something, there won't be anybody left. If I just keep watching, if you just keep watching, if we just keep watching, there won't be anybody left. There won't be anybody left. There won't be anybody left.
Jennifer McClellan from Virginia, and I was proud to lead the Senate ratification of the ERA in 2020. In Virginia, we have a complicated and painful history on equality. Our ratifications were late and didn't count when America added the 14th, 19th, and 24th Amendments to the Constitution. So it was poetic justice that Virginia was the final ratification needed to put the Equal Rights Amendment over the top, and that the legislative effort was led by multi-generational Black women. Together, we made history for all the right reasons. But now we need your help to ensure the 28th Amendment is certified and published in our Constitution. Illinois, Nevada, and Virginia have filed a lawsuit to make this happen. Judges are objective, but they don't make decisions in a cultural vacuum. So tonight I ask you to amplify this conversation of gender equality. Write a letter to the editor. Talk to others about gender equality and the equality gap in our Constitution. Let's make sure others know how close we are to closing the equality gap and bringing our country one step closer to the promise of liberty and justice for all.
Hello everybody, this is Freddie Herrera with the band Everclear, and this is my daughter Sage. Hey Sage. She's a month old today, so equal rights means a whole heck of a lot, even more than it did. I'm the oldest of 4 boys, and I saw the heartbreak that my mom went through trying to get a fair and decent job. And only because she was a woman. Not that she didn't have the skills or the brains, but only because she's a woman. It's 2020. Let's get together and get this fixed and changed so every woman, mom, aunt, sister, and daughter have a fair and equal shake. That's all they're asking. Let's do it. For all of them and Sage. Thanks a lot. Have a good night.
You know, we all should say something, and it just might be time for all of us to do something. Please vote this November. Please get involved in the fight for the ERA. And now, a very special performance by Everclear's lead singer, Alex Alexakis, singing his massive hit, Santa Monica.
Everybody, it's Art Alexakis from Everclear, just reaching out to play a couple songs for you while you're in quarantine and help you get through the hard times. His music sure helps me for sure, so hopefully this will help you out if you like a little old school 90s alternative, little Everclear. This is a song called Santa Monica. I'm still living with your ghost, lonely and dreamy of the West Coast. I don't wanna be your downtime. I don't wanna be your stupid game with a big black boots and an old suitcase. Do believe I find myself a new place. I don't wanna be the bad guy. I don't wanna do your sleepwalk dance anymore. I just wanna see some palm trees. Go away, try to shake your disease. We could live beside the ocean, leave the fire behind, swim out past the breakers, and watch the world die. We could live beside the ocean, leave the fire behind, swim out past the breakers, watch the world die. Yeah, watch the world die. I am still dreaming of your face. Oh, hungry and hollow, all the things you took away. I don't wanna be your good time. I don't wanna be your far back crutch anymore. Walk right out into a brand new day. Oh, insane and rising in my own weird way. I don't wanna be the bad guy. I don't wanna do your sleepwalking anymore. I just wanna find some place to be alone. We could live beside the ocean, leave the fire behind, swim out past the breakers, watch the world die. We could live beside the ocean, leave the fire behind, swim out past the breakers, watch the world die. Yeah, watch the world die. Yeah, watch the world die. Oh yeah, come on, watch the world die.
Hello, my name is Danica Rome. I'm the Virginia State Delegate from the 13th District of the Virginia House of Delegates, representing the city of Manassas Park and the western Prince William County portions of Haymarket, Gainesville, and my lifelong home Manassas. And today I'm wearing my mother's Women's Bicentennial 1976 ERA medallion that was designed by a lesbian feminist named Toni Carabello. And what I hope that this medallion shows is the intersectionality that is the movement for equal rights. Because for the Equal Rights Amendment, which, according to the tattoo on my arm, states equality of rights under the law shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex. In order for that to be understood, we have to understand that to discriminate against someone on account of sexual orientation or gender identity is to inherently discriminate against them on account of sex. And that I hope what the activists who have been fighting for this for so many decades, and what I hope Virginia showed to the country this year when we became the 38th and final state needed to ratify the ERA, is that as we fight for this in the courts, as we fight to make sure that every state, not just the first 38, but the next 12 to go after it eventually signs on, that we go to show that this is for everyone, that this is a value statement about equality, and that we truly do believe that you can succeed in this country because of who you are, not despite it. So thank you to everyone who's fought, and let's go into the courts.
Since 2008, Grammy-nominated Kathy Richardson has been the lead vocalist for San Francisco's own Jefferson Starship. In 2017, after watching the Women's March with Grace Slick, they collaborated on a song called It's About Time. Kathy's singing that song on Starship's new album, Mother of the Sun, and we have it for you here tonight. It's about time.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Old white men have had their turn. Thousands of years
It's about rights. It's about facing the darkness. Lift up your lights now. It's about time. It's about time. It's about time. Hey, it's about time. 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 It's about time to shift this paradigm. Equal rights for women now, today. It's way past time. Peace, everybody.
Hi, I'm Virginia Delegate Jennifer Carroll Foy. When I led the fight to pass the Equal Rights Amendment with VA Ratify ERA in January, the Equal Rights Amendment became the 28th Amendment according to all requirements laid out in the Constitution. Only when we have a constitutional amendment to support our laws will we see real progress. Then we know our rights can't be taken, our fate won't depend upon an election, and our freedoms cannot be stripped away at whim. We are here to agitate for equality, to disrupt the status quo, to fight fearlessly for change. On November 3rd, women's equality is on the ballot. Help us finish certifying the Equal Rights Amendment as the 28th Amendment. Now let's get to work.
Hi, this is Suzanne with ERA Minnesota. Please support the Equal Rights Amendment by purchasing a bracelet from Bird and Stone. Percentage of the profits goes to our fund. The bracelet states ERA equals Equal Rights for All. Look for the link in the chat box. Let's make it happen. Thank you.
Come to the end of our show. We hope you've enjoyed Face the Music for the ERA. We want to thank all our artists, our speakers, our sponsors, our activists, and you for making it possible. I want to give a special shout out to Betty Folliard, Pete Cronowit, and Jules Wood. Without them, this night would not have happened. We all know that this year is a year unlike any other. It's so important for every woman and her ally to vote this year. It's so important that we live up to the courage of our convictions, that we be brave. Whether we're pursuing justice in the courts, in Congress, or on the streets, let our voices be united in this equality anthem. Because you know, when we are indivisible, we are invincible. So again, thank you for sharing this night with us and for pushing forward on the fight for full equality for all Americans under the law. Thank you again. My name is Kamala Lopez, and I hope you've enjoyed Face the Music for the ERA. Good night.